Hello YouTubers, Tross here, and I'm back continuing my ARM mission, the Asteroid Recovery mission. And we got our ship here, and we're just going to enter Minmus's Sphere of Influence. And I think I'm actually going to try to get this tiny asteroid, it's a Class A, into Minmus orbit. Give Minmus its own moon. Kind of reason I decided to do that is, well, I haven't seen it yet, and I have seen at least one YouTuber, Robaz. I'm sure a lot of you watch his videos. He already parachuted a asteroid down, so I thought I'd do this. I didn't notice this, but apparently while going after this asteroid, we got another asteroid here, so maybe, well, I'm going to concentrate on this one, and maybe there may be some way of catching up to this one. I don't know how quickly it'll get here. It looks like it will be relatively quick. We're 5 days out, so that's probably maybe 6 days out. So hopefully we got, looks like 20 minutes till we get to Minmus. So let's go fly the spacecraft. And here we are, and there's Minmus. And plenty of fuel. Oh, let's turn off RCS. We don't want to use up all our RCS. So let's pop back in here and let's add a maneuver at should be. Oh. I'm not sure if that's right. We'll have to verify once we. But that's not very much delta V. I wonder if that mass includes our tiny asteroid. Got Bill, Bob, and Jeb here still. And we got colored lights. When we were further away, they kind of blended to white. So I was kind of using that for range finding. But we're 20 minutes away from Sphere of Influence, so let's just fast forward. All right, so we're going to be pretty far, but that looks. It's not going to be a great orbit, but it'll be an orbit, and then we can circularize it, circularize it once we get to periapsis. Now this is going to be the tricky part. I'm going to turn off SAS. And well, our capsule will be facing the opposite direction that we want to thrust in. I do have this claw on a docking port, and that actually allows me, well, to besides leave the claw there and have other ships dock to it, it allows me to click on the other side of the docking port and say control from here, which apparently we are already. Let's see if I... Yeah. So that is from the command pod. We are really going to be thrusting this way. I think I am relatively well lined up with the center of mass. In fact, it does look like the center of mass of this whole thing is inside our ship, because we have a lot of heavy fuel here. So we are turning around a point that's inside our ship and not inside the asteroid, so that's that will make things a bit easier. This is a very tiny, light asteroid. Alrighty. Not sure how long the burn is, so let's just gonna go to full throttle for a few seconds. This is gonna be about 5 minutes. We should have the fuel for that. So, sorry about that for a second there. Let's time warp in. Just catching the edge of the sphere of influence here. It's actually closer to 6 minutes. I did have a another little try at a different asteroid in another save, and I was pushing there, and that didn't work out well. I'm going to free pivot, and that will let the asteroid's center of mass move to wherever it needs to be to line up with our center of mass or in the direction we're pulling. And let's begin thrusting now. That's really bouncing all over the place. Let's... Ooh, don't break. Let's just a little... Lock the pivot. Is that gonna... Definitely seems easier. I'll actually link the video in the comments here, but it's going to be probably going to be marked. That wasn't good at all. Yeah, that wasn't good. Alrighty, here we are, back again. Let's just call that a test scenario. Testing out the throttles again. The burn time bounces around a whole lot. You know what? I'm just gonna put these engines on like half throttle, and we'll see how that goes. And we're gonna just start burning now, and wherever we get in orbit, we get in orbit. So let's try that. I have this locked, and let's see how this goes. Yeah, remind me for my next design not to have the rockets thrusting directly into the meteor. So basically, I'm just gonna watch the map here. Well, I don't even need to do that. Problem is here, we are slowing at a slow rate. And I don't want to risk a time warp, so I may have to do post radio acceleration. So I will see you when something happens. Well, that wasn't working out too well. I am going to try something here and see if it works any better. Shutting down these engines. I'm guessing that we are kind of blowing our own sail. Although the Mythbusters showed that that could work. I think a lot of the thrust is just hitting this asteroid and just basically slowing us down after we speed us up. Now, we are slowing down slowly. Let's control from here. Just spin this around. We got 6 extra SAS torque modules, so we can whip this right around. Let's activate this one engine. And as long as we can reasonably lined up, yeah, that is slowing us down a whole lot faster. So yeah, next design, move the engines out further so the thrust does not impact the asteroid you are trying to maneuver. Good tip. Alright, this is still going to take a while. But this is, looks like it's much more likely to succeed. And, hopefully going, into physical time warp, have an issue. Let's see. Alright, you can see our trajectory is changing. Not very significant yet, but we have captured it, at least in Kerbin's orbit. Alright, we're getting down there. See our orbit's starting to curve around. I'm going to come out of time warp. There's Minmus. And getting ready to cut the engines. Bring this down to 200. So 250 sounds good. Just... We're 50 kilometers above Minmus. And that's that. We have put an asteroid in orbit around Minmus. It's not circular yet. But see what it looks like close up. Well, Jeb sure looks impressed, as always. Yeah, you do now have limited fuel. That was part of 0.23. That recharges off of the monopropellant from the ship. A little patch on his jetpack. How's that claw look? It's embedded in there pretty well. Alright, let's board again. That would be pretty good. That's just another 24 meters per second in 4 days. So that'll be a while. So let's go back to the Space Center. And let's look at the path of that other... Oh, he's already out. Okay, well... so much for going for that one. It's a C. And he's a ways away. It's a B. It's another A. You're a C. You're coming in pretty soon. Oh, you never really cross. It's A. You are both C's. You're half a year away. And you're a quarter a year away. So I think I'm gonna do now is, I know this wasn't very long, but I'm gonna modify my ship design. I'm gonna kind of take the best parts of the design that I kind of tested in that kind of private video that's linked below, and the best parts of this design, and well, fix up the known issues with this design, move the engines further out, and try to make a better intercept and capture vehicle. I think the launcher I use here is good. It's just the engines are too close. That's kind of a problem. And would like parachutes or something else to be able to manipulate the asteroids with. And yeah, now that I don't have to, well, since this one's on the way out and not on the way in, you know what, I'm just gonna circularize this. I thought I had possibility of building a ship and getting to that one if it was on its way in, but since it's not, we are gonna just fast forward here. So going pretty fast there. I'm gonna start at like maybe 2 minutes. You don't have to be right on, but I want to be close. And we gotta spin around. Forgot about that. Although with the amount of SAS we have on here, it's not that big of an issue. Yeah, it's pretty good. Let's be off a little bit, but shouldn't make that big of a difference. About halfway done with the burn. So 250 by 248, that's That's pretty good. Let's rename this. Minmus. There we go. And let's release it. And, you know what? Let's grab it again. You grabbed? Doesn't look like it. Maybe we have to back away further. And let's head in again. Try to get aiming right at the center of mass. And yeah, I want to leave the claw on it, just to make other ships docking with it easier. And coming in. Why aren't we grabbing it anymore? All right. There we go. And I'm going to decouple the node. I guess we bounced it around in its orbit a little bit, but it's still roughly in the same orbit. Now we have a nice place where other ships can dock. And now we want to... It did sound like I was wrapping up the video, but let's a few minutes ago. But let's get Bill, Bob, and Jeb back in back to Kerbin. They've been out here a while. We launched way early. Oh, hitting the wrong button here. Now we can, instead of burning with just one engine, we can burn with all these and it'll be much quicker. Turn off RCS. That's not right. That's not right either. That's the way I want to go. It's flipped around, the controls are all confused. Actually gonna turn around here in space. We're orbiting this way. Rather than wait the 3 hours or whatever it's gonna take to get over here, I definitely have the fuel to just stop and reverse course. Yeah, let me just... get out of Minmus's sphere of influence. Yeah, this is probably the least efficient way of doing this. At this point, I just want to get them back as quickly as I can in game time. Or real life playing time. Okay, I just want to slow down at this point. Kill that maneuver, which should be there because we're turned around backwards. So let's throttle up. Alright, we're going to bring this down to about 30 kilometers. And looks like we'll be landing on the night side. It's a little low. Let's back that up using RCS. Put it to like 35 because we're going to be coming in fast. Don't want to burn up. Ship's gonna get destroyed. It's kind of a bit of a shame, but it served its purpose, and we found some design issues with it, and we'll go back to the drawing board. Lots of fuel left over. All right, let's time warp in. Let's turn off RCS and SAS. Don't need them at this point. And yeah, it's just gonna be headed in. There's the moon orbiting around Kerbin. Let's pull in those solar panels in a minute once we come out of time warp here. Yeah, at this point I am just gonna separate the capsule. For 2 minutes. Looks like we did drop a bit. Somehow we still have monopropellant. I guess the capsule now has a small amount of... Oh, yeah. Did not notice that. Kind of makes sense. It's like 2 refills. Actually, a few refills for each guy if they hold only 5. No, 2 for each guy. Alright, we are almost 2 minutes out. So... Alright, we are hitting the atmosphere now. Just going into night. Oh, we're over pyramids right now, somewhere over here. I think maybe back there. And, alright, we're starting to interact with the atmosphere. Slowing down. We're suborbital now. Just about to lose contact with the rest of the ship. So traveling pretty fast. Well, looks like we'll make it over these mountains here. It's yeah, it's a little better camera view. Oh, nothing to see. See the horizon out there. Sun is setting, at least from our point of view. Slowing down, we're down to 400 meters per second. 10,000 meters up. 300 meters per second. Sun has set from our point of view. Down to 200 meters per second. And at 5,000, I'll pop the parachutes. Mark. There we go. (2,000 meters, under 100 meters per second. Parachutes have opened, so we're 500 meters off the surface. And looks like we have a successful landing. Let's just time warp a little. Not sure the actual height, so... Oh, there's some cactus. And we have ground scatter. And... touchdown. Alrighty. After 80 days, 2.5 hours in space, we got Bill, Bob, and Jeb back after capturing an asteroid and putting it in Minmus orbit. So, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.